Hey, friends and purpose partners, are you wanting to learn email marketing and how to use scalability to automate and multiply your business through their email marketing templates and tools? Well, today I'm going to be diving into that in this training, so let's go. Hey, friends and purpose partners, welcome back to another training. Today I'm going to be diving into email marketing and how to use scalability to set that up for your business. So there's a couple things I want to point out in your marketing tab. So this is the place you want to be out to do all of basically your marketing. Right? You see your social media marketing, your social planner, and then you'll see your emails, your templates, your trigger links, and your affiliate manager board. So we're going to be actually focusing it in on your emails. So you can have email campaigns and also you can set up a template. So a campaign is really going to be more of a one-off email. So think of this more of like your weekly email or maybe your weekly newsletter. And this is where you can have, like it'll show you all your open rate and statistics. But essentially, this is where you're going to set that up. So when you create new, it's going to have you choose a template. So you can go and build your own, or you can choose if you've not built one. So this is where you choose one that you've already built, already started. The template space back here under emails, templates, this is where you can actually go to create a new email marketing template. So you can have a blank template, you can import from existing campaign, or you can choose from a template that's already been created. So I actually created my own from scratch, but I do want to show you that there's multiple templates that you can choose from. And then any templates that you create will, well, mine aren't showing up apparently, will be under here. But I do have my own email template. So I'm going to click on this and preview it. Hopefully it'll pull up for you guys. It'll have just like my logo, and then I have our like training section, our devotional spotlight, podcasts, and a little bit about us. So, but our main information is going to be at the top for every email that we send out. Okay, so like I said, though, when you create a campaign, you're really kind of just creating just like an individual one-off email, and you can, so if you create one, you can preview it, you can resend the email, you can choose statistics, you can put it on a folder, you can archive, you can clone. So like I typically just clone my weekly emails and then just change that, the main body section of what I want my message to be. Now your settings are, you can have sender preferences. So you can have like your sender email. Maybe I always want it to come from an account and I want it to come from my email account. And then this is if you want it to send to specific people. You can also choose your fonts. So like I always want my fonts actually to be Georgia. Okay, well, it's not pulling up for me, but I typically do Georgia or Playfair Display is like my go-to font. Let's see if I can do, see what their others are. Okay. So you can find a lot of different fonts here. I was seeing if you could actually search for a custom font, but it looks like it just has the list here. Okay, so I added that font, attribution window, all campaigns, campaign nothing. Okay. So again, just looking at this, right? This is really just a one-off email. And so if you're doing like a weekly newsletter or a weekly email, your campaign, it really just, I know like when we think of campaign, I feel like we think of a multi-series email funnel, but it's really just like the one-off funnel. So this is where you would go to do your templates. Now, if you want to create like an actual email series, that actually feature is under automation. So if you have a course or you have a freebie and you want to nurture that, you would come to automation. So this is the same place where you're building out your workflows for your calendar events and invites. This is where I have my text funnels. So like when a podcast drops, I have an automation workflow set up to send to a specific tag. Hey, this podcast has dropped. Go check out the new episode. I have my Facebook DM automations here. So again, this is the automations workflow is features where all of that lives. So it's your calendars, it's your social media automations, it's your text automations, and it also is your email automations. And so you can come here to create workflow, and actually you can start from scratch or you can select a recipe. So you can import from a campaign. So if you have like all the steps from an already existing campaign, then you can choose that. If you like see, you can see all these different options. So maybe it's like a long-term reactivation nurture sequence. You can do an email drip sequence. So let's just do the long-term one. And it's gonna pull up like wait 1 month, email, wait 1 month, email. So like this may be too long for you. So let's go back and see your other options. So there was that, the email drip sequence, that one might be really good for you. There's a webinar. There's like fast, yeah, so like this one, Fast 5 Lite, this one is going to include email, texting, calling, voicemail drops. But if you're just looking for the email drip sequence, this is where you would want to do that. So this one, you would add your trigger. So let's say my trigger is they filled out the form for that freebie offer. So I would say form submitted, add my filter. They selected form is, my podcast interview. And so I want them to be nurtured for something. Or maybe it's like my Be the Change event, and I want to nurture them while they're waiting for that event to happen. So you would choose that trigger. Then you have email one. And so that could be like, hey, thanks so much. We saw you filled out the form. We're so glad you're interested. So you would update the subject here, and you would update the text here. So this is more simple, like straightforward. If you wanted to use a template, you can come here and choose email template and edit that. Otherwise, it would just be like your standard email, like no, not a lot of branding, like your logo is not going to be there. And then same, like you would choose your wait. Do you want it to delay for 1 day, 24 hours, 16 hours, like 3 weeks? You can choose that time, and you can add as many. So you could do like that initial confirmation email, then a wait delay for 24 hours. Then it's, I want to do another email. This recipe is really cool though, because it says, was email one open? If yes, so it's doing conditional logic here. If yes, then wait a day, send email two. And again, it's like, okay, did email two get opened? If yes, wait a day, send email three. Let's say, okay, they opened email two, or they didn't open email two. Send email two with a new subject. So this kind of goes back to like testing. Hey, did email two, let's see if this subject didn't really speak to that audience. Let me do another one with a different subject. Then wait a day, and then it goes back to email three. So it kind of puts them back in there. So this one's kind of cool where it can actually test, okay, let me do a new subject here and see if that catches their attention better. So that is pretty cool that you can do that feature inside of your email drip campaign. Or you could just be like, email one, email two, wait 24 hours, wait a week, email three, wait a week, email four. So depending if you have like a course maybe and you want to space it out over the course and nurture, that's one of the things I do for my clients is be like, okay, if you have like a 4-week course, let's send an email once a week and be like, hey, hopefully you finished week one. How did it go? Reach out for any questions. If you need to book a one-on-one, here's my link to pay for that. You can upsell in these as well. So that's really the beauty of an email campaign, is that's where you can be nurturing, you can be checking in on them, especially if they sign up for a specific offer. And then you can also upsell them, be like, hey, if you want one-on-one support, it's this much, and you can book that here. So you can convert clients to, buy more of your services, or you'd be like, hey, if you've enjoyed this freebie, you can get the full 30 days here. So that's the beauty of an email campaign and how you can utilize that versus like your campaign under your marketing, where it's more kind of like the one-off, and you're not like actually scheduling things here. But you can have your template, and then it's really just, okay, I choose my template, I make my edits, which, by the way, I do a whole other training on this, but you can write, if you're struggling with your email marketing, you can use the AI chat feature in here, which is really awesome. And you can give it, here's the context. I want it to be, a recurring newsletter. Here's the title. Here's a couple, brief description, add some keywords, select the writing tone, feminine, professional, give me 3 different variations, and then it will produce those for you. So I really like that functionality is built in here, because I've used this a lot, and it has really saved me time, because I'd be like, here's my topic, here's like some of my key points. Can you just like put the words together, because my brain is fried from being at home, doing chores, running here to there, but I still wanted to get this business task done. And so I can, again, automate, let AI do a lot of the work for me. I go in and tweak it, maybe switch out some words, make it sound more likely like me. But this is something that can really help you with that. So then once you're done, you can hit save and then send, and you can schedule now. You can do a batch schedule. You can do an RSS schedule. Or you can send it now. So this is really where you would schedule. You choose if you want all your contacts, you want to tag certain people. You can put your subject line in here if you want like that pre-header text. Set the time and date. So that's like the difference between the campaign versus I want to nurture somebody, and that is going to live in the automations feature of scalability. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If you want more information on this, please drop it in the comments. If you have more questions, I am happy to go into more details in a different training video to address those specific questions, but wanted to just kind of give you that foundational concept of here's my email marketing campaigns, or those like weekly newsletters, versus I want to build out a whole sequence that has, time delays or logical, like the, what did I call it? Anywhere we could say yes, no, conditional logic, and have that client go through this whole workflow. So I'm here to help you with that if you need that. So drop that in the comments. If you have not tried Scalability yet and you're interested in it, then you get access to my 30-day free trial with the link below. So make sure you click that as well, or share it with a friend if you're really enjoying the Scalability product and what it's doing for your business. So hope this was helpful. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day.